Stop what you are doing, especially if you are a sports or wildlife photographer, because the world of photography is on the brink of a massive, industry-shaking earthquake. For years, the community has been whispering, debating, and, frankly, begging for a true mirrorless successor to the legendary Nikon D500. That camera wasn't just a piece of gear. It was a rugged, high-speed beast that defined an era for action shooters. If you have been clinging to your trusty DSLR because you felt that modern mirrorless systems lost that Pro DX magic, prepare yourself. The latest, most credible reports coming out of 2026 suggest that the drought is ending. Nikon is reportedly ready to drop the Z90, a camera that is being whispered about in industry circles as the mini Z9. This is not just another consumer-grade body. This is a specialized, professional-grade powerhouse engineered specifically to reclaim the throne for wildlife, sports, and fast-action photographers across the globe for the longest time. Many of us feared that Nikon had abandoned the professional APS-C sensor format entirely. We watched as the Z6, Z7, Z8, and Z9 revolutionized full-frame mirrorless. But for those of us who prioritize the crop factor, that extra reach that turns a 300mm lens into a 450mm powerhouse, it felt like we were being left in the rearview mirror. But the Nikon Z90 is poised to change that narrative completely. It is expected to arrive with a newly developed 33-megapixel stacked sensor. Some even suggest a 45-megapixel variant is being tested. Why does this number matter? It's the perfect middle ground. You get massive resolution for heavy cropping, which is essential when you can't get close enough to a subject without sacrificing the low light performance that usually haunts high-density sensors. This is the reach advantage reimagined for the mirrorless generation. The engineering behind this sensor is what truly makes it a D500 successor. We are hearing reports of a backside illuminated design paired with next-generation microlens technology. In simple terms, this means the sensor can gather more light from the edges of the lens, effectively killing the digital noise that often ruins high-speed shots taken in challenging lighting. Couple this with a next-generation XSpeed processor, the same engine expected to power Nikon's absolute flagship models, and you have a recipe for images that are not just fast, but clean, crisp, and ready for publication. You aren't just getting a camera. You are getting a computational imaging powerhouse that understands exactly what it needs to capture before you even press the shutter button. Then there is the autofocus. If you have ever missed a shot because your focus point drifted off a bird's eye or a sprinter's face, you know how frustrating that is. The Z90 is rumored to import the full suite of AI-driven subject detection from the Z9. This isn't just good autofocus. This is deep learning, scene-analyzing artificial intelligence. It will automatically recognize birds, mammals, planes, trains, and human eyes in real time. It doesn't matter how erratic the movement is. The camera predicts the path. It effectively removes the technical barrier between you and the shot. You focus on the composition, the emotion, and the timing. And let the Z90 handle the heavy lifting of keeping that subject pinned in perfect, tack-sharp focus. Even if they are darting through a dense forest or moving at high speeds across a track. Let's talk about pure, raw speed. This was the defining trait of the D500, and the Z90 is clearly looking to carry that torch into the future. Leaks indicate a mechanical shutter capable of hitting 15 frames per second, which is already professional territory. But switch to the electronic shutter, and you could be looking at 30 frames per second at full resolution. For specialized scenarios, there is talk of even higher burst modes, potentially up to 120 frames per second at a reduced resolution, which would make this the ultimate tool for decisive moment photography. Whether you are capturing the millisecond a bat meets a baseball or the exact moment a hawk grabs its prey, this camera will be there to record it. To support this level of burst shooting, the internal architecture has been completely overhauled. A massive, high-speed buffer is expected, allowing you to hold down the shutter for seconds at a time without the camera stuttering or hitting a processing wall. This is critical for wildlife photographers who have to wait for minutes for an action sequence to unfold. You won't have to worry about your camera card write speeds choking your performance. The Z90 is being built to handle the absolute heaviest data loads without breaking a sweat. It is a machine built for stamina and reliability, designed to work as hard as the person holding it. Beyond the internal specs, the build quality appears to be taking a major leap forward as well. We are expecting a rugged, weather-sealed magnesium alloy body. This is a vital detail. Photographers who use this gear don't just work in studios. They work in pouring rain, freezing snow, and humid tropical heat. The Z90 is being designed to be a take-anywhere camera that doesn't shy away from harsh, demanding environments. With dual-card slots likely supporting high-speed Express Type B and SD cards, you get the redundancy that professional photographers require. Your shots are protected, your workflow is streamlined, and your gear is built to take a beating. Looking at the broader picture, this release signals a massive pivot for Nikon's APS-C ecosystem. They aren't just filling a hole in their lineup, they are making a statement. This is a declaration that the crop sensor is not an inferior sensor, but a specialized tool for a specific type of professional work. By integrating potential 6K internal RAW video capabilities, a trick pulled directly from the Red Digital Cinema acquisition, Nikon is ensuring that the Z90 is just as much a cinema camera as it is a still photography monster. This is the ultimate hybrid. It's for the content creator who needs to shoot a wildlife documentary 1 minute and a high-speed sports montage the next. When you look at the landscape of 2026, the Z90 stands out because it solves the biggest problem in modern photography, the choice between size and performance. It gives you the weight savings of a smaller sensor and the reach of an APS-C crop, but with the raw, uncompromising power of a flagship pro camera. If you have been waiting to make the jump to mirrorless, or if you have been waiting to upgrade your aging DSLR, this is the horizon you should be watching. It is rare that a camera lives up to the hype, but everything we are seeing suggests the Z90 is not just meeting expectations, it is setting a new standard for what a professional camera can do. In my professional opinion, if you invest in this system, you are buying into the next decade of Nikon's innovation. It represents the best of everything they have learned from the Z9 and the best of everything they perfected with the D500. It is a rare, perfect storm of technology, design, and purpose. Whether you are a professional working in the field or an enthusiast who demands the absolute best, the Z90 is going to be the piece of gear that changes the way you see the world. It provides the speed to capture the impossible, the reliability to work in any condition, and the image quality to print your work on the biggest stages. The industry is watching. The rumors are flying, and the anticipation is reaching a fever pitch. We are witnessing the birth of a new classic. This is exactly the kind of innovation the market needs, and it is going to force every other manufacturer to step up their game. For the Nikon loyalists who kept the faith, this is your moment. You aren't just getting an upgrade. You are getting the return of a legend, evolved for the modern age. Keep your eyes peeled for the official announcement, because when the Z90 drops, the way we capture high-speed action is going to change forever. If you like the video, subscribe, share the video, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on the official release of the Nikon Z90.